the less I give you numbers into how many sermons and things you preach. But one of the things that she has put across here that I didn't really think about is the birth of what we call the conference. You know, we have a yearly conference now. That idea mostly came from the Methodists. This idea of getting together once a year so that the members can support one another. You know, so our annual conference really comes from that idea. And you know, to do with holiness and things, she's also got about temple. Lots of churches nowadays don't really think about, you know, they're not sort of big on the holiness and standards and things, but when we think of that, really, you know, that comes from the Methodists. And like I said in my lesson on it, can you imagine if we got together a day or a couple of days or once a week even, and we had to go through our week with one another, honestly, about how we felt, the temptations that we had, you'd have to be you'd get to know people pretty well, and you'd have to be pretty honest. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable being able to do that with people. I can do it with God, I think, but just another person, you know, you have to be pretty honest. So thank you for that, Marie. We basically, you know, thank you for that. I'm going to quickly go through the handout that I've given you.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, go on.
See, the Methodist Church, and they get different teachings from between England and Scotland. Because
Still like that?
have they get different teachings between England and Scotland? Because I'm looking up here and it's saying the Methodist Church, and then it's telling you Scottish Methodists, and then it's saying English Methodists, and I'm saying, are there a difference?
Yeah, Scottish, it's like anything, like the American Methodism is different to English Methodism. It's, when it goes in a particular country, like anything, it changes, you know, people get bored of it, it changes. So, yeah, if you ever want to do a study, I want to do Scottish Methodism as opposed to, you know, this is a thing when things start and grow, they are different, aren't they? And even if we look, I mean, today we went to look at the UPC, it's in your booklet. But even if you look at the UPC, it might be, you know, like the UPC might be UPC, PV and I, but it's different because people have cultures and things, you know.
It's the same with the Catholic Church and the Protestant Church. In Scotland, they're more kind of stricter than what England is. Because
you'll even find that, you know, even within districts, all of our churches are different because we have different people and then we have different pastors, and I'm not saying massively different, but of course it's different because in the end people have personalities make meaning, don't they?
Because I was just, when I was looking up there and I'm going, what? Why?
You know what though, Elizabeth, that summarises our world class quite well, though, because in the end, church history started off with Jesus, then it went to the apostles, and then it went to different people. In the end, when people get hold of things, the change. No two schools in the country are the same. No two churches are the same, because in the end, people and like it or love it, you know, like it or not, people will change things, whether they may do or not, purely from the fact that we all have different personalities and different cultures and thoughts and all that, you know.
It's the same with the Catholic Church. They tell you Catholic Church and then they go Italian Catholic Church, and you're like, what's the difference? We're supposed to be all the same. Because that's how I was asking her.
I'm just going to quickly go through the handouts that I've given you. Obviously, these are for your own benefit. We've given a copy of the History of Pentecost by Ralph Reynolds as part of the Alpha Bible course. It's a pretty good one. I'm obviously not going to read it for you, and you'll read it at your length now. It's book or anything, but just thought it'd be good to give you. That goes through the scripture record in lesson 1, talking about the Pentecost experience coming from the Old Testament, examples and wonders and things. It goes through different people, lesson 2, and it goes to Pentecost and Magnus Central. It gives a really, with you, some of these handouts and the handouts that I've given you. Lesson 3 talks about the Kansas. Lesson 4 talks about Third Street. Lesson 5 talks about the Pentecostal revival in America and Canada. Lesson 6 talks about the finished work of Calvary. I did talk to you about this experience much better now than I did. Lesson 7 goes into the oneness and how that starts to come into Christendom. Lesson 7, that was lesson 8 goes into organisation, and we start to see how the United Pentecostal Church comes into fruition. Then we go to lesson 9, picks out some of the people that are important to us, like Parham and St. Arthur would mention, but then other people within our own organisation and sort of history. Lesson 10 goes on to Pentecostal pioneers that are more sort of linked to us, neighbouring at the time. And some of you know, some of you won't. Lesson 11 talks about speaking in tongues and the sound of healing thing, gifts of the word movement. And lesson 12 talks about Pentecostal experience and ones that got throughout the world. So I thought that was a nice little parting gift for you. Give you a chance to have a look at the surprises a lot of the modern church history. The other thing I've given you, a little appendix there. Appendix 8 was through dates in history from the 1800s onwards. You can start to see the word Pentecost mentioned about their oneness coming in. Mentioned Billy Graham, Crusade, things like that. Also running through there, you still see the Catholic Church coming in. 1950, the Assumption of Mary, Graham, so there's always little things coming in there. Also, you've got appendix D, which talks about maybe youth organisation. Appendix G, United Pentecostal Organisation in other countries. Appendix F is major Jesus' name Pentecostal organisations in the world. And the other handout we've got is a list. It's not completely up to date one, but you've got a list up to 2016, I think, of all the ministers and churches in this country, in Great Britain and Ireland. So again, there's some new ones up there. There might be one or two who fell away from the list as well, but that's what's up to date. And you will see my name in there along with your passes and things. So really, that's us. Our time's nearly up. We've done church history in 10 hours, which is a hope you've enjoyed it. Certainly, I've enjoyed being able to talk with you, even though it's a bit difficult through Skype.
I know.
Anyone that's missing any essays, I will need those from you as soon as possible in order that you can graduate next week. That's possible. Any questions, anything from you before I say goodbye?
No, thank you very much, and it was very interesting.
Right, well, thank you all for your
thank you.
It was very interesting.
See you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.